We're good.
It cut out.
Oh, it was the USB. It's Thursday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys are at Sadie's and Van's not here. That's right, Van Nunley is not with us, so we upgraded. Aaron talked about that.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
I mean, you down through our outfield as well? That's how it is. Is this the interview you're bringing?
You know, I was thinking about that today, and I'm going to tell you how many S's I give, and it's 0.
Dave Johnson's in the lineup. He's bad in the studio. Weird.
Good, sir. Thank you. You're looking sharp today. I like the fit.
Isaiah's off. But it is next week, and it's okay. No.
Wow. Prima donna here.
22.
Don't say hi to him and it's lose my number.
It'll be like that. It is the Davis Cup. Rafael Nadal announced he's going to. So obviously the first thing I had to do was look up what is the Davis Cup.
It's a ping pong trophy, right?
I believe that is
okay. Yes. Is it like the Ryder Cup?
I don't think it's
that's doubles. Okay.
Yeah, it's a different thing. 22 games.
Yeah. Hey, greatest clay court player in the history of the game. That's his deal, though, because I mean, when you talk about this guy, everybody's going to say, "Oh, he's the greatest tennis player of all time," and then the argument pops up. It's like, no, he's not the greatest tennis player of all time. He's the greatest clay court tennis player of all time.
There was a lot of gifts that he gave to tennis and tennis fans, right? Because number one, he doesn't speak the language that I speak. That slows me down on liking someone.
Sure.
I get that's America-centric. I get that's probably white guy entitled. I get all those things that traditionally go with that idea. If you don't talk to me in English, I struggle to be about you. I can name like 2 athletes in history. Nadal.
Yep.
Yao Ming.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that where the list stops?
Pretty much. What? Well, what about what's his name from the Dodgers, the gambling guy?
Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani
Speaks more English than he lets on.
He does.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows.
Because part of the deal was he had a translator that was allegedly gambling all of his money. I still think he's dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get the whole Portuguese, jibber jabber.
Oh gosh, if you, the tennis goat. No.
Why wouldn't you just go Serena anyway? Why does the best have to be a dude?
That's a good point.
Seriously.
Federer 42, Nadal 30, or excuse me, I'm doing titles here. Federer 20, Nadal 22, Djokovic 24.
What about the Williams sisters?
Combined? I mean, that's 2 people. I think that's
no. Okay, just either one of them. What are their records? I mean, why are we not lumping them in?
Okay, I'm just looking it up.
Yeah, I would probably, I mean, just instinctually, what I don't know about tennis would fill a warehouse, but I would go Serena Williams.
All right, I'm looking at this here. Venus and Serena have both been ranked number 1. They've both been ranked number 1 in doubles. Serena has 73 women's singles titles. Venus has 49. Doubles, 22 and 23. Grand Slams, here we go. So Venus has 7 Grand Slams. And the reason that Serena at 23 comes in second, because that's not 24, which is what Djokovic has.
Okay.
So I also, not to be that guy, no one in women's tennis is trying. Like, they're beating a bunch of people that are just there. There's not women in tennis that are going as hard as the Williams sisters. This is like when Ronda Rousey was the best in UFC because no one else was trying at UFC.
Well, it wasn't they weren't trying. They just didn't know how to approach her style. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. And as far as women not trying in tennis, I believe they're trying. They're just getting outclassed. Zay? Because that's like taking a college radio DJ and saying, hey, you need to be like Fred Slow and Van Nunley on Two Men On.
Yeah.
And it's never going to happen because you're going to outclass them because you have a higher skill level than they do.
Sure.
Even though they're still dancing to the same song, you're much better than they are.
Sure.
And that's just the nature of sports.
Not a DJing, though. I've never had to do that. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the difference between the Williams sisters, and I don't know who the next most famous one is, Billie Jean King? Is that the most famous women player?
No. Well, I mean, obviously, Billie Jean did a ton for the sport.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a ton.
But they didn't compete against each other. So then the distance between the Williams and a far number 3 is that Maria Sharapova. And she is not even in a conversation to be had.
What was that other hot Russian lady? Anna something or other? Anna Karakova or something like that?
Kornikova.
She was good. She was really good.
At being on Maxim and FHM.
I remember Maxim and FHM.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Did that really mean 4 horny men? Is that what FHM meant?
How could it not mean that?
Yeah. I mean, I thought maybe it was just like, an old wives' tale.
Here we go. So it has a lot of stuff. Apparently, For Him magazine.
For Him magazine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
So-
same thing.
Similar. It's a UK magazine.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Oh, Steffi Graf.
Well, hold on, let me do my impression of her real quick. Are you ready?
Steffi Graf.
Did that sound right?
Navratilova.
Yeah, good play.
Chris
Chris Everett.
Yeah, she was
Okay,
good.
yeah, put her on the list.
I remember Higgins.
Yeah, same thing as Graf. Yeah.
Monica Salas.
So all those people you named outside the Williams, they haven't played in the 21st century. Oh, none of those people. Sharapova's in the 21st century. The Justine Henin, she was here. I can't name any of those Eastern European. Kim Kleister, she was one.
Remember that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The mental health gal that is kind of leading in the industry, Naomi Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah, she was kind of a revolutionary, but stepped aside obviously to deal with life, which I totally get.
Take your word for it.
But none of those other people even played against the Williams sisters.
Right.
They're not in the mix.
But if they did, what would happen?
Well, I don't know. You want to say, what would happen if Pete Sampras played against Djokovic? What would happen if Andy Murray or John McEnroe? Like, it's...
I don't think there's a question of... I don't think there's... You can pose these questions to a lot of sports, like NFL teams, NBA teams, MLB teams. But when you're taking somebody and you're comparing apples to apples and you say, okay, Billie Jean King in her prime versus Serena in her prime, 99 times out of 100, I say Serena Williams wins. There's such a disparity between the skill level that these people have. They're just that good, but you can never say that with an NFL team. It's like, okay, yeah, the Patriots are the greatest team ever. Well, no, they're not a great team. They had a really, really good quarterback who's like one of the smartest quarterbacks ever. But I think stacking tennis player versus tennis player,
Sure.
hands down, they're going to smoke everybody, even though they didn't play. Like some people, you could say like Pete Sampras, if you take Sampras, or not, maybe it's Sampras. What's a good example of an older player? Like a McEnroe.
Got it.
You know, you take John McEnroe and say John McEnroe in his prime versus Nadal in his prime.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably going to be more competitive. Right?
What year technology are they using?
Have the balls and rackets gone
Correct.
progressed that much?
They have.
They have?
Yeah.
Okay. 21st century equipment.
It's Nadal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you hand over like a wood racket.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if you took Billie Jean King from the 1970s, 1980s, and said, you're going to play Serena Williams with 21st century equipment, who wins?
Billie Jean King would lose.
Yes, she would.
Yes, she would.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be true.
No.
Because I like the idea of fun sensationalism.
I just think that there's that much of a gap between the Williams sisters and the women who paved the way for them.
I like the idea of the women conversation, and if the Williams ever retire, which by the way they won't because they can win in their twilight against this sloppy competition that's currently out there. But the big three in tennis coming to an end. The big three in tennis of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Nadal, and by the way, no goodbye tour or anything for Nadal. He's not doing a year where they exempt him into every major, which he would get in anyways.
A wind down tour.
Yeah, where he gets flowers from every single person. Just saying. And here, let me look. I'll tell you when the Davis Cup is, because again, I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. It's next month, the 19th.
Okay.
Isaiah? All right, take LeBron.
Yeah. Because their dad was a freak and just absolutely, he's like he was like
the Jackson 5's dad.
He's like, okay, good example. That's a great likening to that. He's like the Jackson 5 dad, or he's like
what is his name? Why is that Joe Jackson?
The Brown dad, the St. Brown dad, Amon-Ra St. Brown and his brother.
The Olympic.
He was a Mr. Universe, and I watched this like little mini doc about those guys, and at like 8 years old, he had his kids in the garage lifting weights, working out, and it's like that was their life. And that was the Williams sisters' life. So when you dedicate your entire life to something, if you're not going to completely dominate like they do, then it's, it was a waste of a life. But I mean, obviously that turned out to not be, because they're the best ever female players ever.
Nadal won his first title in 2004, a French Open. I don't believe that one's on clay.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. I know Wimbledon is on clay.
Wimbledon is on clay. That's the beauty of sports, because every skip a decade, and you go back, you look at the NBA, it was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Before that it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or whoever, insert whoever. And now
we can go all the way back to George Mikan.
Now it's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. It was Kobe Bryant for a minute, like he was coming up to that status. And now, it's LeBron James. So I mean,
Kobe ended up in a tough spot where he never got to be the number one.
Right.
He was always the number 2 one. And there are a lot of guys that were really, really good in history. They're always the number 2 one.
Yeah.
And I think, that's where like
Scottie Pippen.
Roger Federer.
Yep.
Yeah, it is what
There
it
you
is.
go.
Whenever we get back from the break, we're live at Sadie's, and we continue our night here. We're only on until 5:30. They have fun live music on the patio, so we're going to do that. Yeah, so that's at 6 o'clock. Come see Brian Stafford play. Also, Thursday Night Football. We'll give you our predictions on that. Also, Aaron Burnett's here, so it's going to get weird. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Aaron, welcome.
Sorry, I'm not Van.
No one cares. Van on assignment today.
Yep. He called me actually and told me what his assignment was, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, he lies.
That's why I'm having to work for you today.
That's his thing.
I mean, I always enjoy spending time with you. It's great.
He went golfing out at Paco.
Yes.
I've never been.
27. It's really nice course.
Is it nice?
It's gorgeous. It's stunning.
Well, I'm not trying to flex, but I'm playing Ladera tomorrow morning. So
yes, I saw some pictures already. It's pretty photogenic out there.
He's sending you pictures? Because that's weird, dude.
No, Mr. J Joy posted them on Instagram.
You call him Mister? That's also weird. We're
sometimes.
getting some weird pass here.
He's being respectful of his elders.
Yes.
I don't know how old Jay is. Jay can't be that old.
I bet he's 32.
Zay's that young.
No, he's older than 32.
He's a young buck.
Jay Choi hosts Fill in the Holes with Van Nunley and Max Machado. You can hear that on Saturday mornings here on the Sports Animal. If
Actually,
you're
listened this last Saturday.
what did you think? Give me your
I
honest
actually
opinion.
watched it on. I watched the live stream. It was good.
They're not bad.
No, it was good. It was actually it was very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, so much so that I told myself afterwards, like, you know what, I should probably take some golf lessons because I went out and played last Friday.
And you're garbage.
And I was garbage up until my last 6 shots, and they were money.
I do the fling golf. You know,
I saw that.
it's the best thing that's ever been invented.
Are you ashamed to admit that
It's a shame to admit what
you're playing fling golf?
I'm surgical.
Do you know what this is, eh?
Playing golf, I have seen the video.
It's basically like highlight golf. You know what you need? You need that little hand like they wear in highlight. And, you know, you just walk around like a giant sloth and just like throwing balls everywhere. That'd be awesome.
Is
I think it's
highlight,
going to get weird.
is highlight like the fling golf stick?
Highlight. Have you never seen highlight? Do you know what highlight is?
Oh, I'm looking it up. Like
I
the
think you should
magazine.
name
Highlight is like a super dangerous sport. These guys play it with like a skee ball, and they basically have these like sloth-like things that hook onto their arm, and they chuck this thing.
Okay, so first of all, this is not the spelling I thought it was.
Jailai or something like that.
ALAI.
Yeah.
So I got that very wrong.
Yeah.
I typed in highlights and the magazine came up. So I am familiar with this, but I'm really not.
Yeah, it's I know it's big in Florida. I don't know why.
that's a lot.
Maybe it's a cultural thing.
The spelling makes me think it's Middle Eastern.
I think it's like we're gonna have to, I'm gonna guess and say Portuguese.
I'm going to say India. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Highlight is a sport involving bouncing ball off a wall in space by accelerating to high speed with a wicker. Blah, 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 trying to get it here. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
The sport played worldwide, but especially in Spain, France, the U.S. state of Florida, and various Latin American countries.
Yeah. So Portugal. So there we go. Yeah. Because the spelling sounds very Portuguese. And, well, no, maybe the R and the J. Yeah.
I think it's Spanish
I think you're
primarily.
right,
The
yeah.
Portuguese was so close.
I mean,
Portugal.
they're next door neighbors.
Well, and for a long time, they kept trying to invade each other.
Yes.
That was a big part of their history.
You know, fun fact about Aaron Buck Burnett, I want to retire in the Gold Coast in Portugal. That's where I'd like to spend my golden years, on the Gold Coast. The Iberian Peninsula.
You know, Fred, I think you should lean heavier into the disc golf. I think disc golf would be one of the coolest things to be good at.
You know who's really good at disc golf? My father-in-law.
Really?
He's 75 years old.
Yeah.
He barely speaks. That's just like his personality. And he'll go out there and school you at disc golf.
During COVID, I slapped at it.
Did
And
ya?
as soon as COVID got over,
You were over it.
straight to cheeks. Like it was not for me after that.
Yeah.
And it's not because, I'll tell you the truth, it wasn't that fun.
I think it's going to be more fun if you're out with like if you and I went out there with a couple of friends.
Yeah, that's what we
And-
did.
Yeah, and it's fun that way.
It's fun that way. And during COVID, because I played men's league softball all the way up till COVID,
Mhm.
and then I was like, well, we can't by rule. MLG said no men's league softball, no outside sports for whatever reason to COVID,
Yeah.
and so we were like, well, we'll just all online order disc golf because you couldn't go into the Big Five or whatever and get disc golf.
Yeah.
So we would play disc golf, and then as soon as we had options legally to do anything else,
You did it.
we did immediately. We gave up the disc golf.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they used to kind of be like the butt of the joke too. Like, you know, what do they used to call it? Like extreme golf or extreme disc or something like that.
Falf.
It was something. I don't know. It was as bad as rollerblading. You know.
It had a similar arc,
Yes.
and people who maintained it, they're still very good at it,
Yes.
and they tell no one.
It's funny you say COVID years because me and my friends, we discovered it, freshman year of high school. So that was 2012.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you were going to
24.
say COVID years.
I had to drop the year because I knew that joke was coming.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, 2012. Yeah, the disc golf and is getting the cool different, disc things like that. Tried to make it fun. It came and went.
I have 3 discs. I have like a driver, a middle one, and a putter. If you need more than that, I don't know what that is.
That's just silly to me.
You just want
That
different
they call it
color.
a driver. It's a heavier frisbee.
It's like sharper.
Well, it's so it can fly longer distances.
Yeah. And then my putter is like a floppy boy. It looks like what you would put over like a pot if you were trying to keep your macaroni from boiling over.
I don't know. I think just still being able to hit from a long distance and make it curve, that'd be one of the coolest things to master. Like I think it'd be cooler than being able to shoot a basketball from long distance for sure. Maybe darts, maybe being able to play darts real well. Would be cooler than that.
That's a skill game right there.
That is, if you're in the right bar setting, being really good at darts slaps, being really good at billiard slaps.
What about foosball? That was big when I was in high school.
Yeah, foosball was big at the rec center growing up.
1985, when I was a freshman in high school, that was the thing at Iceland Bowl. Foosball. People had that gloves,
correct,
headbands.
Yeah,
I mean they were serious.
Camelbacks, so they could have a drink during.
They didn't, and that camelbacks weren't invented yet.
The improvisational camelbacks. The hard hat with the two beers on top.
That's what you had.
With the straws that come down.
That's what you had.
Backyard Olympics have kind of always been my thing.
You know what? Great idea for you.
Okay.
You should do a backyard
say
Olympics.
We own businesses together. Say we.
We should do a it could be massive.
Yeah.
It could be massive. The backyard
The Burke Games?
The Burke Backyard Olympics.
You see, if you put Burke the way, but I can't do my R's like you do. Instead of cornhole, it's like putting cement blocks under tires and getting them off quickly.
Stereotype in New Mexico.
No, I'm just giving you facts.
The guy from St. Louis.
That's what it is. It's a snapping off periscoping antennas from cars and using them as drug paraphernalia. That's what the Burke Games are.
Push rod right there. There you go.
I say it's like, what does that mean? What do you do with
I'll
the?
explain later, Zay.
What do you do with the antenna?
Yeah. Oh, I know antenna can get you in the car.
Yes,
I know it gets you in the car. I know that because I was at the hotel and I locked my keys in my car, and I asked one of my coworkers if he could help me out, and he goes, I say, hey, do you have any tools in your office? And he said, hey, just grab a random antenna. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Thank you for your help.
That's funny.
Yeah, you ever did the one I grew up with, and it still can do as an adult, although my elbow will try to explode, is the wiffle ball. I could do the wiffle ball as good as any human being growing up of that same age range. Like, I'm not saying little kid me was good at wiffle ball against adults,
right?
But little kid me was good at wiffle ball against little kids.
Oh yeah.
And I think right now as an adult, if I were to stand 44 feet from you and hit you with like my real big 12-6 curve, I think I could get you.
I think if we do this Burke Backyard Olympics,
cornhole,
wiffle ball, kickball.
Okay, I'm in on that.
Foursquare.
No one's playing Foursquare, but I'll throw out tetherball.
Well, tetherball was going to be number 5.
Okay.
So we can still have.
All right, so take Foursquare out, but put in like Flippy Cup or like beer pong.
No dodgeball for like the bonus game?
No, these are individual ones. We're doing,
gotcha.
No bombardment, no sharks and minnows, none of that stuff. Okay. Now, do you want to talk about Papa Shot?
What's Papa Shot?
So Papa Shot is, you ever go to the carnival?
Yes.
And they have the rim that's not regulation basketball size?
Yes.
I'm surgical. I'm still surgical.
So if we go, next time when Duke City Championship Wrestling is at the State Fair next year,
correct?
You can sit there and just drain. You can drain them.
Well, if you win, you're done. They don't let you play twice.
Oh,
really? They know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the one where you have the ball that is like made out of carpet and you have the flat plate with the Velcro on it?
I don't know, but I've seen that.
The throwing stick,
yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That thing slapped. Put that on the list. Lawn darts, do they make that anymore?
Those got outlawed in 1984. That's why I have a shirt that says Lawn Dart Survivor 1952 to 1984.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yes.
There's a bunch of those really good ones.
Much. Yeah.
There's a bunch of like, do you play bocce ball growing up? Was that here?
I did not play bocce ball. I know what you're talking about. Croquet. I played croquet as a kid.
Yeah. Hillbilly golf.
Yeah. Okay. Hillbilly golf.
Hillbilly golf slapped. And then did you have the 10-piece like badminton?
Yep.
Yeah, like that thing slapped too.
Have you ever seen an Olympic badminton?
Yes, it's intense.
Those people slap around that shuttlecock like nobody's business.
We used to do one where we had these bases, these like rubber bases,
Yes.
that were made out of glow in the dark green.
Yes.
You know, okay. So you lay those out for your baseball field, and then we had the traditional yellow wiffle bat.
Yes.
And where I grew up, we would catch fireflies, and we would stick them inside of the bat hole on the bottom, creating a lightsaber out of it. And then we would you ever do one of those necklaces that light up? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You get them at like the carnival or the state fair or whatever. And you put that inside the wiffle ball. And we would play nighttime wiffle ball with firefly bat, glow in the dark bases, and necklace infused wiffle ball.
You know what happened to fireflies?
Awesome.
I haven't seen one of those things in like 12.
Well,
they're
because
not
you're
here.
in Missouri.
Yeah, they're not here.
I'll take your firefly wiffle ball, and I will raise you a firefly grenade made out of a mason jar filled with fireflies, and you're chucking it at your neighbor like it's a grenade.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Because you played war as a kid, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play Louisville Chugger?
No, we used to play. I can't remember what we called it, but it was essentially we'd put on our motorcycle helmets,
Okay.
and our goggles.
Because we all had those as kids.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
And we would shoot Roman candles at each other.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
And then you had a trash can lid as a shield.
Yes.
Yeah, we 100% did that. We also did where we would mount our Roman candles to the handlebars of our bicycles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a go-to.
Yeah.
This tooth that I've had replaced by Scott Isham and Isham Dental,
Yes.
I lost that to a BB gun.
Oh, nice.
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
good
what
one.
about the airsoft wars? Were you guys airsoft warring?
No,
No,
well, we grew
No,
up
we had
poor.
BB guns and rocks.
Yeah.
That's what we had. We had rock wars, and we would shoot each other with BB guns.
I went through like some of my friends, they'd have like 10 of them. So like you'd all go over his house, he'd distribute them, everyone have their airsoft gun. Airsoft wars were very fun. I never was tough enough to want to try the paintballing. I thought that was just insane.
It's brutal. It hurt so bad.
And you're too big. Like, you cannot hide.
okay.
You're an easy target.
Yeah. Like, there's no way. And like a lot of the people that are into the culture of airsoft, they hate you just like on sight. You know what I mean? So like you're done for.
Yeah.
Louisville Chugger was the best. So we grew up floating. That was our thing. We grew up in the river. We grew up in canoes. And Louisville Chugger was you would open a soda pop. You would open a beer. Okay. You'd open a beer, and then you drink the beer, and the number of seconds it takes you to drink the beer, which for me is about 3, 4. And then that's the number of spins you have to do over the top of the wiffle ball bat. And then and then whoever you crunch up the can and pitch it to me, and I have to hit it with the wiffle ball bat. And if I miss,
You got to chug another beer.
got to do another one. Louisville Chugger was possibly I left out an important part here. The beer you're not chugging from the can. You cut out the bottom of the wiffle ball bat and you pour the beer into the wiffle ball bat
I like that even better.
and you chug it from the bat.
I like that even better.
It was heaven.
I think I'd last an inning. That's it. One inning and I'd be done.
It was every time you get out of a boat on a sandbar, which I know no one knows what a sandbar is here because the Rio Grande is just sand, but it was the best part of turning early 20s where I grew up.
There's like a egg throwing roulette game where it's like something about, I forgot what it is. It's like there's like maybe like 5 people, and then you all play a game. You maybe throw a ball in the air, or you play rock paper scissors, something like that. And then whoever loses, you have to go run and grab the egg, and everybody else turns and tries to run, and you just tuck the egg and try to hit one of the people running.
Is it a raw egg or a boiled egg?
A raw egg.
Oh, I
Raw
hate this game. You're gonna ruin my things. Like when I was a kid, we used to do the thing where you pick dandelions and then smear them on each other's clothes.
Yes.
That is very similar to what you're describing. And I know when we did that, we did it hate-filled. We did it with intent to upset your
To
mother.
cause problems.
That was our thing.
Yes.
When we get back from the break, we won't have a problem. Preview on Thursday Night Football tonight. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where you'll notice if you're on the live stream, Aaron Burnett's camera got all sideways.
Oh.
And he doesn't know, but during the break I counted, he ate 30, like, Sadie's chips. He ate 30 of them.
I did not eat 30 chips. I probably had like 7.
He didn't breathe, Isaiah.
At the most. They're all still here.
Isaiah, it's the only time
You know
the
what,
whole
Isaiah?
day.
I'm going to show you, Isaiah.
The only time he's been here all day where he put his phone down, he used both hands to eat the chips.
That's how many chips I have left out of the full bowl.
That queso, it looks fire.
How much queso is gone?
No, he's not showing you that he brought in a reliever salsa as well, and he's been going back and forth like it's a presidential election.
Don't food shame me.
I'm on your team.
No, you're not.
You're under
Mister,
200
I got
pounds, and you need to
diabetes
figure yourself out.
I know I'm under 200 pounds.
You need to get your life right.
My life is right. I'm under 200 pounds now.
That's when we met. Aaron was a healthy 240 pounds, and then
I wasn't that big.
the depression of Duke City Championship Wrestling has taken it out of him. I got a message from a friend of the show the other day saying, Fred, put emphasis between your type 2 and type 1. They said, make sure you're not confusing the listener on what is what. And
What's the difference?
So type 1 is that's pancreas stuff. You're born like there's like you're gonna be insulin dependent your whole life. Cool. There's a lot of ways to cope with that and survive and do great, and you do. And then there's what I had where life caught up to me. I made a bunch. No one ever taught me about bread. No one ever taught me about booze. So I cut out carbs and sugar to get my A1C down because I was retaining blood too long. And here I am, happy and healthy. And as of this morning, 30 pounds down.
Congratulations.
Yeah, from the start of my journey. So that's like 10 pounds a month. That's crazy.
I think I was, when I started losing all this weight this year, I think I was at like 229 pounds.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So you too.
Now I'm like 192.
Sick.
192.
Oh, okay.
Not sick.
I'm
okay. I mean, maybe I do have cancer and I just don't know it. Maybe that's why I lost all this weight.
I doubt it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got our prize picks for the game tonight. So I'm playing an only tonight lineup. Also use promo code KNML and we'll match you up to $100 in your initial deposit. I'm playing a 6-fer because you guys know, I'm the not mess around guy. I think I got it tonight though. I got the combo field goals made. Matthew Wright and Jason Myers, 3.5 field goals. I took the more, boys. Brock Purdy, 1.5 pass tutties. I took the more. Geno Smith, 1.5 pass tutties. I took the more. That's a demon. DK Metcalf, Smith and Jigba, and at 5 receptions, I took the more. And Deebo Samuel at 4.5 receptions, I took the more. I'm forecasting some points tonight, boys. That's what I'm feeling.
Deebo was really, really quiet in that last game. Like, really quiet.
Yeah.
I think he had 1 or 2 receptions. I think that's the only targets he had. It was the Brandon Ayuk show. But I'm going to take DK Metcalf more than half a touchdown.
Okay, I like it.
I'm going to take – what else am I going to take tonight? I'm going to take
there's a rush yard possibility one too. Because with that Jordan Mason, because it seems like no matter who.
I'm going to take Jordan Mason more than 85.5 yards.
I don't hate it.
And I'm going to take Geno Smith more than 250 yards. And if I get that right, how much should I bet? What's the typical?
I'm always like a $5 or $10 guy. Like I never really get extreme with it.
So $10 is going to pay me $55.
But you didn't go with all 6.
I have to pick 6?
No, you don't have to. You follow your heart.
Okay. Well, let's see.
That's what I always do is just follow my heart.
I don't know what else to put on here.
I like the DK Metcalf, Juwan Jennings 0.5 combo touchdowns. I think there's a strong possibility there.
More than 18 rush attempts from Jordan Mason. That's going to happen. We're going to call that too.
How do you feel about the Deebo Samuel, Noah Fant combo of 0.5 reception touchdowns, more or less?
More. Deebo's going to score tonight.
You think?
Yep.
And that gives
I think he rushes a touchdown tonight.
Oh, that's a crazy prediction. Wasn't ready for that one. Now, then I'm going to go to rushing yards after that. And so I'm going to play 2 of them tonight. That's my plan.
So if I pick more than 5 or more than 4, I could still like not get one and still make money, right? That's the beauty of Prize Picks.
That's the beauty. So if you hit all 6, it's usually a 25 times. If you hit 5, it's a 2 times. And then if you hit 4, then it's just like half your money back or whatever. So you're still playing. You know what I mean?
Are you going more or less on Debo?
On the touchdowns? I
No.
went more 0.5 rush and receiving touchdowns, which is what you called it.
Okay. I like that. If I could find that, I would pick that as well.
So scroll over to where it says receiving touchdown combo, and it's right there, which is not a bad one. I like those a lot.
Okay.
And then
Boom. There we go. I got my 6. I've got DK Metcalf, more than half a touchdown. I've got Jordan Mason rushing for more than 85 yards. I've got Geno Smith, more than 250. I've got more than 18 rushing attempts for Jordan Mason. I've got Juwan Jennings catching more than 30.5 receiving yards, and I've got Debo Samuel more than half a touchdown. $20 payout, or $20 bet pays out $420.
dang, it's like that over there?
Yep. Let's see, if I bet 50, that pays $1,000.
I mean, I'm going to tell you to follow your heart.
I'm gonna do 25. 525. Boom. Half my bag. There we go. Prize Picks. Oh wait, hold on. Cannot pick the same player twice in a lineup.
No, you
Dang
cannot
it.
do that. You think Brandon Ayuk's going to go more than 4.5 receptions?
100%.
All right, I'm going with it. So I'm going my second lineup. I'm keeping the kicker combo. I like the 3.5 field goals made between the 2 of them. DK Metcalf, I'm going to keep the more than 5 receptions. Smith and Jigba, I'm going to keep the more than 5 receptions. Debo Samuel and Noah Fant, more than 0.5 rush or receiving tutties. Jordan Moore and Kenneth Walker, I'm going to take less than 148.5 rush yards. And Brandon Ayuk, more than 4.5 receptions. Let's go.
Boom. There we go.
All right, so there you go. We're in the mix. I got 2 lineups going tonight for Thursday Night Football. And when we get back from the break, we tell you if the game's worth watching. It's 2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. To the program where we're wrapping up the 4 o'clock hour. Brian Stafford just sat down with us. They're playing music tonight on the patio, Aaron.
Yeah, we were just talking about the heyday of Albuquerque and the 80s music scene.
I got a little 4-top save for me. You're invited if you'd like to come, but no pressure.
My brother's in town.
Oh, he doesn't like to have a good time?
No, he's actually flying out to Santa Barbara tomorrow for a wedding, like a super hoity-toity wedding.
His first or second?
It's no, not his wedding.
Oh, okay.
It's a black tie affair.
Yeah,
And
most weddings are.
No, they're not black tie. This is like legit black tie, like tuxedo black tie.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got to go get a haircut, get some shoes, finish off his little outfit.
The Thursday night football game tonight, the Seattle Seahawks are playing the San Francisco 49ers. There's been a lot of these divisional Thursday nights, I think like every week. I don't know if that's
I like
accurate.
that.
You do?
I do.
I think I hate
They
it.
play each other harder.
I would agree with that. It puts effort out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
for sure.
It puts effort out there. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but I'm going to say this. It's the only thing that's kind of making these games worth watching.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an interesting angle. I never thought about that because I know Thursday night football was dying down a lot, especially a couple years ago. And to just make the Thursday night football games division games is a very smart.
I love it.
Smart move.
Well, and aside from the spike from the Cowboys, they haven't been pulling on Amazon, comparatively to the other games.
Sure.
And when you're the only game, you would think there'd be more of a draw. But Amazon's a tough one to get through. You have to have a membership, you have to have a device, all those whatevers.
Yeah.
We'll give you the full preview, and if it's worth watching, where we get back, and we'll wrap the show up 5:15 with a little Major League Baseball playoff action. We're at Sadie's on 4th.
We are.
You're probably driving here.
Come on down.
If you're in town for the Balloon Fiesta and you just found us, and you're like, how do I get into Mexico culture? You come to Sadie's on 4th.
And then tomorrow morning you go to Smokin' Joe's and go get your coffee.
Yes, and
Whatever your vibes.
coffee and vibes.
That's what we call it. We call it vibes.
Isaiah is about to drive back to Chicago for a couple days.
What?
Can you help him with vibes on the
I
way
can
back?
help you. Son, come see me. I got you. I got you.
Okay, say no more.
All right.
From the live chat, but I wish I could grow up at Sadie's. Yeah.
Half of my queso's gone now.
You got a refill on chips. You're one man.
I did not get a refill on. Will you stop food shaming me?
It's 2 men on 95.9
You
FM.
lost 30 pounds.
So did you. An AM 610, the sports animal.
with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program where Van's not here. Aaron Burnett is with us. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's been the best hour of radio we've ever done, even though Isaiah Johnson was here too. Isaiah, welcome back.
Thank you. I will take that as a compliment.
During the break, Isaiah said he had breaking news. So breaking news.
Let's hear
Yeah, it's sort of breaking. I just saw this report that David Montgomery says, we're big on fantasy here on the show, so I thought it was fitting.
All right, who's he?
David Montgomery, running back for the Lions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was good week 1 and then never again.
Yeah, he says that at one point, fantasy football owners had him contemplating suicide, and that the threats got that serious in his inbox.
Now, all right, delete social media. That's number one. Like the inbox, if you are willing to check it, which by the way, I am not. I'm not a guy. If I were to pull mine up right now, there's going to be dozens of messages that say you suck and I know you one time went on a date with my girlfriend. That's all it's going to say.
Pretty much.
And I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Be better than that, David Montgomery. Because no one went to David unless he's saying somebody went to his home, or unless he's saying someone mailed a thing to him, or unless
self-inflicted.
Yeah, he's stay
This
away.
is all
Stay away from these idiots on the internet.
Yeah, he says a call from his nephew who has leukemia helped save him.
All right, he's double dipping into multiple heartstrings things right now.
Yeah, he is.
I'm going to need more info on this story because you're building. This is pro wrestling 101. Build a sympathy, right? You got to make a character sympathetic. Like, oh, I'm struggling with bullying. I'm struggling with whatever. And then all of a sudden you're like, actually, the underdog story. We're coming back. I need more. I need more before I can give an opinion that makes me think it's not a work.
Okay.
It's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, these a lot of these articles are dropping right now. New York Post just put one up.
Do you feel like that is all like part of the machine? Do you feel like, because they're all so similar? I know exactly what you're talking about. Like they're all, what's the best way to say this?
Like the different articles that are putting it up?
Yeah, they're all so close.
The main ones that have, but then there's also CBS and
Yeah. No, and I agree. All the different publications. I'm telling you, the message is so similar in all of them. Where it's like, hey, individual has slight failure, and then idiot produces uncomfortable situation to them.
Well, like, the first one I saw was just like a tweet, so it wasn't like an actual full-on article. It was like a really, really compressed quote. So now that I look at a full article, there might be some more. Yeah, he says, I was at a point, he said, when I was a rookie, I had a real stressful time in the league. Then he says, I was at a point where I would have this suicidal thought, and it just a depressing and a scary year for me. And unfortunately, the people in fantasy were kind of helping. They were helping me they were helping me be aided to feeling that way. I was at a point where I was scared to live.
I mean, here's the thing.
So it sounds like it made it worse.
He needs to have a stronger constitution than that. I mean, seriously, you made it to the NFL, son, right?
You are the exception to so many rules to this point.
So many rules.
And
like, then it's such a small percentage of athletes that are able to accomplish what this guy has done.
Yes.
And he's going to get butthurt by reading his. Why
DMs.
are you doing that?
Don't read your DMs.
Why are you doing that?
Cannot stress this to you enough. Get someone to manage your DMs.
Yeah.
Like, do not do your own DMs. Stay away from that stuff. And then, not to be this guy, because I very much recognize mental health is real. I'll give you a prime one from earlier in this week. Like, here's a little, not Fred Slow, the radio character, Fred Slow, the human being that most people don't know. Aaron kind of does. Isaiah does. Aaron super does.
Yeah.
I did not go to Foreigner the other night because the last concert I went to with my ex-wife was Foreigner. Like, I'm not going to poke the bear. Like, you don't need to bring that stuff back.
I know what you mean. He says, I went through all that stuff, and one person who saved my life was my nephew. I was in a situation to where I was this close to doing something that I knew I shouldn't have done that would have changed the trajectory of my life. And then he goes on to say, my nephew just said, Uncle Dave, I miss you. How are you doing? And my nephew, it meant so much to me. because my nephew has leukemia. And then he says, I was in a very dark place. And from that point on, hearing my nephew's voice, I made a vow to myself and a promise to myself that I would never allow anybody else to have that much control.
I'm in on the sediment, but
Here's how that conversation actually probably went.
I'm about to believe you.
Okay, this is how that conversation actually went. Uncle Dave,
What up, Unc?
what up, Unc? Why you listening to those guys like that?
Yeah.
Look who you are. Don't be an idiot. Why you being a
Yeah.
little
Yeah. Hey, I
Hey.
might have leukemia, but
Hey,
you're a
hey,
loser.
Guess what? I have leukemia and I'm probably gonna die, and you're sitting here whining about DMs in your inbox?
100%.
That's how that conversation went.
I had a friend come to town. This was during COVID, like the end of COVID. COVID's never going to be over, but you get the point of what I'm saying.
You mean the cold?
So she comes to town and she says, we're going to go down to White Sands. That's our trip, right? We're going to go down to White Sands.
Okay.
And we get in the car and I don't feel well. I test, I have COVID again. Second time I have COVID. And I say, hey, Kels, I can't thing at the time. And I'm not going to put her business out there. But she says to me in a moment, she says, Fred, this thing that I have is going to kill me, not your COVID. I go, well, that's an excellent point. Let's hit the road, girl. Like, there's perspective in all this stuff.
Yeah.
Also, don't allow strangers that are familiar with your job to be an authority of your emotion.
He's letting those people live in his head rent free.
How long have you been in radio?
Too long.
Same.
30 years.
I've been in radio 22 years.
Yeah.
From day one, someone said, you suck.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think the key
That's
is
my personality. You tell me I can't do something,
Oh, yeah.
or I'm gonna suck,
And I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Oh, well, let me urinate on your grave and
Mhm.
show you how I'm going to do it and how amazing it's going to
I could change the name to Fred Slow Championship Wrestling and people would still love it. Mouth.
I think it gets to a point where you're reaching for validation from the wrong sources.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing that and you're in a fragile state of mind, then anything someone says, whether it's good or bad, you're really gonna hang on it. But even in that situation, like if you're an NFL player and you have people that are sending those types of things in your messages, you can easily go find your fans. Like he still has fans of the team he was
It's
on.
diminishing
Or-
return.
You take the Jay and Silent Bob route and you print out a list, and then you do this. Is this Pretty Kitty 674?
Yeah, that's a good
Did
one.
you say this? And then you just start wailing on it.
Mhm. Ugh.
He was a rookie. I guess you add that in. I don't know how old he was when he was a rookie.
Yeah, they're all the same
He's
age.
been playing for a minute. He's been around the league for a while. He's not a young running back.
The way it's packaged is what gets
He's
me.
my age.
That's what I'm saying. The way it's packaged on the story, like, hey, again, we created sympathy. Hey, we created, like, in the business, it's called a turnaround.
Yep.
In pro wrestling, it's called a turnaround. And what are we about to hear? We're going to have a finish, right? So that's where they're going with this thing. And the finish is going to be really positive where both those guys go over. If I go to Aaron Burnett and Isaiah Johnson and say, hey, guys, I'm really upset because somebody said something mean about me on the internet, you'll both laugh in my face. You'll both laugh in my face and you'll use an expletive because you know I don't care about that. And I'm not going to be able to garner a faux sympathy the way that sympathy can be garnered from individuals you've never met on the internet.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get what? The barrage of positive reinforcement and affirmation from people he's never met. Here's the thing. These are the exact same people that did him dirty.
You know, it's funny you saying that now. The way my mind works is that Demont said this now because he was probably sitting around his house one day. Maybe he was feeling kind of lonely. Maybe it was raining outside.
It was raining.
He just finished watching Forrest Gump. You know, he was all sad. Jenny died.
She's super dead.
And he was sitting there and he's like,
AIDS.
man, I bet if I put this out here, somebody will say something nice and
Yep.
just make me feel good. And
telling
can you
you.
imagine how much adulation he got
Yeah.
after posting that?
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Yeah. It's like drugs.
Totally. Serotonin levels spike. It's going out of control.
This is a real story from my life. I went through life-altering events in 2016. I got divorced, right? Also in 2016, Brock Lesnar hit John Cena with 16 suplexes in a row at SummerSlam. And afterwards on the internet, I said, is this real life? And the amount of people that reached out to me with positive affirmation and reinforcement was too damn high because I had explained to everyone how John Cena got worked over by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam with 16 straight suplexes, sending him to Suplex City to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Internet.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Also, people, don't post those weird cryptic messages
No,
like, I
it's
just
weird.
can't believe this happened. And then you don't say anything.
No,
you
you
don't,
don't
give
do
any color.
it.
There's no commentary to go along with that. Just don't
Hey.
be that person.
Except November 5th. Totally free to do it then. On November 5th, every cryptic message you can come up with and just watch people respond.
You know what? That actually would be kind of funny.
I'm going with Aaron to the RNDC, or not national, the RNND, the Republican. I'm going to the Republican watch party with Aaron.
Really?
That's my goal.
I'm not even going. I don't know what he's talking
No,
about.
I'm going with him. He doesn't know. But I'm either going to watch Donald Trump win, and I'm going to watch everyone party like it's the
We get
great.
to keep our guns.
Yes. Or I'm going to watch them lose, and I'm going to watch them dissolve, and I want to be there for either. I want to feel that.
You get the smooth route. For me over there in KKOV, I really wonder what like the calls, just the energy.
With Strauss on the air, it's going to be the best.
Oh,
Well, I got BV.
have you
I got
seen
BV.
how we do this?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on. We're
It's a whole
all.
panel
We're
thing.
all on the air all
Yeah.
day, all the.
They told me I couldn't be on.
No, they did. Did they really?
I said, hey guys, just heads up. Tuesday 5th, I'm taking off the day job or whatever. I was like, wherever you need me. Like, you tell me what to do, and they go, no, we're good. We're like, actually, call Ron Keddy. Like, let's get. That's our thing. Wow.
Yeah, it'll be so interesting. It'd
It's
be
the
very,
best.
very exciting. Just to see how my work life is going to shift.
It's the best game of the season. And that following day, Wednesday, that's the best one specifically because Pennsylvania won't have their totals in yet. And then there's just project and you're watching the counties go red blue. It's so sweet.
And I came on to KKOB during the like while the competition was going on. Still, the election was going on. So I haven't been here while there was actual years of the current president.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sweet.
So
It
this
is
gonna
crazy.
be my first year is during an election, so it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Like friends of the show who own businesses or have access to advertising funds of businesses, call KKOB right now. Like, get your commercials run during this because everyone is there. Like, it is the smartest move you can do.
Yep. Everybody listens.
When we get back from the break, we wrap up the program here at Sadie's on 4th, Little Major League Baseball talk. And we're telling you to watch Thursday Night Football tonight only because it's a divisional game. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Table. And on, we are live at Sadie's on 4th. We're encouraging you to watch Thursday Night Football tonight because it's a divisional matchup. I don't know if it'll be the best game of all time. 47.5 is the over/under. I would say take the over. I don't love it, but I just don't feel like either of these teams are going to stop each other in divisional games. Also, there's like 5 games this week where the over/under is over 50, so offense is back in the NFL.
I think the over is going to hit on this one.
Same.
I do. I think the over is going to hit. I think San Francisco's had a hard time with their secondary. I don't think that they're solid, and they've allowed people to put up some points. So I'd say that's probably going to be like a 55, 56 point game.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. All right, so the Cleveland Commanders are playing the Detroit Tigers. They're tied 1-1 in the middle of the 4th. So we will see what happens with the Tigers going to bat. Yankees and Royals are tonight. Yankees lead the series 2-1. Looks like they can close it out. Royals at home. Could this be the last game at Kauffman Stadium? It's kind of an interesting one. I think I expect the Royals to win and push it to 5. Your thoughts?
Yep, I think that's going to happen. I think, I don't know. I'm just a Kansas City guy.
Yeah, so I know you are.
Got to take my Royals.
Dodgers tied it up at 2-2 in the series yesterday with the most dominant win we've seen in the postseason. So 8-rip over the Padres. Dylan Cease is not the truth. He's not been the truth recently. I still had faith in him, but that was foolish faith. So the Dodgers are at home versus the Padres for Game 5. That is Saturday.
Who are the Mets playing?
So the Mets already beat the Phillies.
They beat the Phils. Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to get the winner of.
He got the grand salami last night, right?
Yeah. So they're going to get the winner of Dodgers Padres, and that Game 1 is going to start Sunday the 13th, no matter what.
See how handsome my brother looks? Look at he's all tight.
Okay.
Got his beard all trimmed. Got his haircut.
Not the best radio of all time, but yes, he's a handsome man.
Here, there's my brother over there. Nice
The
haircut.
and then obviously the AL whatever will start Monday.
Okay.
So the ALCS will be Monday, and those teams will be set by then. So should be a good little weekend of sports. I think the Royals extend it tonight, and I think the Tigers wrap it up tonight over the Cleveland Commanders. That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I will say this. The best game of all the postseason will be tomorrow with the Dodgers and Padres.
Okay. Is Ohtani playing?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Freddie Freeman's the guy who's been in question.
Okay. But Ohtani's the best player in baseball.
The world.
Right? Yeah. In all of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tagged up on a fly ball last night and got to second with plenty to spare. And this is a guy who just produces bases.
Do you remember that movie with Brendan Fraser?
Okay.
Where he was a baseball player.
Yes.
And he had like some mental illness. And I can't remember the other.
It's called The Scout.
The Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Was it it wasn't Jack Lemmon. It was who was the other person that was in it?
The other person, Albert Brooks?
Albert Brooks, yes.
Yeah, Albert Brooks, by the way.
Love that guy. Great actor.
Maybe the most talented.
Super actor. Phenomenal.
Him in The Simpsons is Hank Scorpio is the best one-off character in the history of all television.
My point is, his character in that movie, the Scout, Brendan Fraser's character, very, very similar to Ohtani. He can pitch, he can hit, does everything. Just a bad man.
Played for the Yankees.
Played for the Yankees, that's right.
In this fictional film.
The fictional film. Tearjerker. It'll make you cry.
Shohei Ohtani is not Brendan Fraser in The Scout. He's much better.
Brendan Fraser was pretty good.
In this fictional movie, The Scout, yes.
Hey, for 90 minutes, it was real, Fred. Why you got to suck the life out of everything?
Every commercial break,
You're
Isaiah.
taking the wind out of my sails every time.
Every single commercial break.
Still have chips left. Whatever he's going to say, there's still plenty of food here.
Buck Burnett, he's taking his headphones off. He's leaning across the table and he says, "What do you mean you haven't watched the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix?"
It's so good.
Every single commercial break.
Have you seen it,
Really?
Zay?
I haven't got to that one. I did see the WrestleMania one though, the hour-long WrestleMania that posted on YouTube. Did you see that one?
Too many commercials. I couldn't watch it.
I haven't seen that one, but I will watch it. But you need to watch Mr. McMahon because
Okay, I will.
he's a company man. It's all about the company. It doesn't matter. Somebody could have slept with his wife
People did.
2 weeks before
They did do
something, and he would come on and be like, "Hey, buddy, you want to wrestle WrestleMania? It's all good. Whatever
Yeah.
was good for the company. Didn't matter."
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got that vibe from him just because, especially as I got older and realized how everything was ran. And I thought back to all the matches where him and his son, or even his family, it's like Stephanie McMahon, were all getting
his wife.
involved in matches.
And his wife.
Yeah,
and his dad.
and he would go in there, and Shane would get tossed off cells, and I'm sure it made the wrestlers feel more willing to go out there and do the stunts because like the owner's doing it. So yeah, sure, I'll do it for him too.
I bet if we dig hard enough, we could find something where P. Diddy was probably in a match with him, and that would make just lots of sense.
P. Diddy was absolutely in pro wrestling.
He was?
Yes.
There you go. How did I know that?
When was this before it's gotta be before Mayweather.
He was with WWE. I mean, just is what it is. Like it's.
Remember,
P. Diddy and Vince McMahon, birds of a feather, baby.
Performed at WrestleMania 29. Made a guest appearance on an episode of Monday Night Raw in 2016 to promote his Bad Boy 20-year family reunion tour. Became the sound curator for WWE 2K17, and Diddy contacted WWE after watching the Snoop Dogg show as a celebrity guest on Raw. So there you go.
And also confirm this. I heard that Big Show actually did take a full-on punch from Floyd.
That is correct. Broke his nose.
Okay, so that was real. And then the aftermath, was there any actual anger because of that? Was he supposed to break his nose, or
he was? I mean, breaking the Big Show's nose makes people buy pay-per-views.
Yeah. Wonder how much he got paid to let his nose get broken.
Yeah, they said no, your nose is going to get broken. I mean, I'm sure he felt way worse, but
you're going to get mollywopped, and that's just it.
All right, here we go.
What if Floyd would have missed? But he just punched him twice, kept punching until his nose broke.
In 2008, it looks as if Floyd Mayweather was paid $20 million from the WWE for his match at WrestleMania 24.
Wow.
They probably offered him like 10, and he pushed it all.
Oh yeah,
the way up.
It was probably like, "Hey, we've got this deal for you, and it's going to be great for you." He's like, "Yeah, and let's just throw 20 sticks on top of that too."
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez.
And they're like, "All right."
Because they're all independently contracted. Whatever, that's not real. They get paid out differently at their events, right? So, Big Show versus Mayweather. That's probably the biggest payday of Big Show's career.
So Mayweather got 20 million. So that means Big Show probably got
5.
like 200,000.
Well,
because that's the way Floyd rolls. 99
Seriously.
for me, 1 for you.
Who do you think got the biggest payday for one match? It's got to be Mick Foley, right?
no, it's Brock Lesnar.
It's got to be Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody's bigger than Brock Lesnar.
What did he do in a match worth more than what they should have gave Mick Foley for some of the craziness?
I don't know. After I saw that Mr. McMahon thing when Shane McMahon was 30 feet in the air and came off on a table on somebody's head, that was $50 million worth of a fall if I've ever seen one.
Or Jeff Hardy, the one on
is that the dude that fell out of the thing and died?
No,
that's Owen Hart.
That was Owen Hart.
Owen Hart, that's right.
Like,
Your
I
eyes
don't
got
think
all
so. I
wide
hope
when you
not.
said that.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was like,
"Oh
I
my
hope
gosh."
not. You would think so. It wouldn't have shocked me if someone told me.
The
But no,
Rock.
Jeff Hardy.
The Rock got $9 million for WrestleMania 40.
Is that the one we just watched?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder about stunt. Maybe how much someone got paid for a stunt. Like Jeff Hardy, some of those jumps were, especially with the ladders involved.
That was crazy.
Yeah, to go into a match planning to do something like that, I gotta have crazy money in my life.
The highest paid wrestler under contract to WWE, earning $5 million per year, was Brock Lesnar.
Wow, that's just great. Oh, I
think
never got that.
I think the UFC paid him $5 million for UFC 200.
Yeah. Oh, well, and a lot of that WWE money was them paying him to not go back to UFC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Brock didn't like getting hit. I mean, nobody likes getting hit.
No, you ever been hit?
But a lot of these guys are used to it. They're accustomed to it. He was not accustomed to it. You could tell.
Getting hit
He
is
did not
the
like
worst.
getting hit. It does suck.
It's definitely never. I've never been hit in the face.
You haven't? Oh, we have to change that.
Oh, it sucks. Don't do it. The Undertaker got $2 million for WrestleMania in 2014. Jeff Jarrett got $500,000 in 1999 to fight China. Mike Tyson got 3.5 in 98.
And I wonder with as far as Brock switching back to the UFC and the WWE, there's that event, an actual UFC event, where he's walking back and Undertaker's in the crowd, and Undertaker says that they were doing a marketing little thing there.
Oh, 100% that's true.
They had the crowd convinced
It's
they're
all
actually
Endeavor
ready.
now. It's all Endeavor. Endeavor owns UFC. Endeavor owns WWE.
Dennis Rodman got $1 million to show up in WCW. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? All right. David Arquette got $1 million in 2000. So now you know. Isaiah back at the studio. Good job, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Aaron, final words?
No, we've got your guest here. He's ready to come on.
Well, we're off at 5:30.
See what he did to you? See what he did to you?
95.9 FM and AM 610. Good job, everyone. GG.